Marriage and children. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brianne. I don't give advice, don't give suggestions, and I don't give information. I just share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one, marriage and children. Well, I got to thinking today about the misconception of marriage and of having children. You know, I've often heard, well, you know, when you have children, you still need to do all the things that you did before you had children. Well, let me tell you, you do have to make sacrifices when you have children. You do have to spend your time being a parent, and often at the inconvenience of a marriage. You know, sometimes people say, well, you know, that's not right. Well, you chose to have children, and you both have to realize that there are times that the way you lived your life before so freely as a married couple, that will change. And yet that's a season, because kids do grow up. And when kids do grow up, that is a whole new season. And yet, this is the thing about it. Often people think that there's something wrong with their marriage because they don't have the same freedom and the same everything that they did before. But that's a fantasy, in my opinion, if you think you're going to have the very same relationship during that time that you're raising children. Yes, you should have date night, even if it means sitting at home after you put the kids to bed and you make dinner at home. That's perfectly fine. Date night can be anything you choose to make it. There needs to be time one-on-one when you have time together. And yet I know when I had 3 small children, my house and my life was extremely busy, and there were things that had to be done for the children. I loved my journey as a mother. My mother journey was the best and the most fabulous journey. And yet it was an extremely busy life. Both my husband and I were so busy with the children that many of the things that we did before, if not most, were put on hold, or they changed and we created them and made them family events. Our vacations now went from my husband and I to family vacations. Do you see what I'm saying? So people put a lot of pressure on their marriage, especially once they have kids, that they think, well, you know, we're not doing what we used to do. Well, of course not. You're married with children now. It's like eating off a different menu. You know, you get different menus in life that you eat off of. People married without children often don't understand that until they do have children. So quit pressuring yourself and quit pressuring your spouse in the sense of saying, well, you know, the house doesn't look as perfect as it used to be, or we don't spend quite as much time. You know, you do want to spend time together. You do always want to nurture your relationship, and yet it's going to be different. There's going to be interruptions. Your children do need to take priority. They're dependent upon you. You and your spouse are adults, and the children are not, and they are dependent. They need great parents. So often we do have to put parenting before everything else as children are growing up, much to the misconception of what a lot of advice given out there. I don't believe that. I believe that children, especially when they're small, need a tremendous amount of energy and attention. And yet our marriages do too. So I'm not saying don't give energy to your marriage or using that as an excuse not to give energy to your marriage. It's very, very important to give energy to your marriage. But first of all, you got to give energy to yourself so that you can give energy to your children, so that you can give energy to your spouse. And yet, remember, marriage does change, but it's a blessing when you're raising children. What a blessing that is. And it goes very quickly before they become adults. So remember to enjoy that journey being a parent, and don't put excess demands upon yourself or on your spouse, okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 channels. Links are pinned to the top of the comment section below. If you connect with me with all 5, I will likely connect back with you with all 5. Hope to talk to you then. May God bless you. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.